It's your girl Kiana from Vibing with the Keys, where we create a vibe for you to catch. We are on season 2, episode 1, dating attached people. T. Let's get into it. So, I know that we've all, I don't want to say we all, but I know it's a majority of us that have dated, probably currently dating someone that's attached, rather being in a relationship and or married. But we have been down that road. And I do have an experience of my own that I'm gonna share with y'all. And then of course after I'm gonna share what I learned, and I'm gonna give you some encouragement as I always do. So me myself, I was dating. Y'all forgive me. It's when I talk about it, it's like you really did it. Like you really went through that. But anyhow, we gonna get into it. So I was dating a married man. He was my ex. Did I know he was married? Yes, I did. Did I care that he was married? Absolutely not. And I feel like that's what my problem was at that time. I didn't care. I felt like, I don't owe you any explanation or obligation. I'm not obligated to you. He is. But while that's true in a sense, but it's also you having the obligation to yourself. Like you holding yourself accountable for what you're doing type stuff. So how it started was he came back into my life at a time when I had got out of a breakup. And we, even though we were broken up, I would say, I ain't gonna say we was friends, but we were cordial. I'll say that. To where, he would hit me up a few times out of the year just to check in, see how I'm doing. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. But so I had got out of a relationship and he had reached out again. Same thing, checking in. So, but this time, because, the reason that the conversation kind of extended this time versus the other times was because when I was in a relationship, he had reached out to me, and when I got serious with my ex at that time, with my boyfriend at the time, I blocked him. So I ended up unblocking him once the relationship was over. So he reached out and he was just like, yeah, what happened? You went MIA. So I kind of, gave him a rundown. Like, yeah, I was in a relationship and I just wanted to respect my relationship. So I just blocked you and cut off communication. So he was like, well, you could have just said that. I'm like, yeah, but I want to do it my way. So we started talking. He's sharing with me some issues that he's had within his marriage. And again, it wasn't like it was anything out of the norm. Like we, have had conversations pertaining to maybe some issues he was having at the time or any issues that I was having in relationships at the time. So, I was just, listening to what he had to say or whatever. So I remember maybe a day after that or 2 days later, he had asked me for my number, to send him my number. And I was like, are you sure? Because again, I know you married. I'm not with the, I don't know what the situation is between y'all. I don't know what access she has to your phone or whatever. So I just was not trying to put myself in nothing too crazy. So I gave him my number. He like, no, it ain't nothing like that. I gave him my number. So we started talking. Like at this point, we talking on a daily now. And every conversation, again, is what he going through, the issues that he having in his marriage, and blah, blah, blah. So me, just fresh out of a relationship, I'm still in that vulnerable stage. And then it's a familiar face, it's a familiar person. So of course, I'm going to let my guard down. Of course, I'm going to feel like, I can talk to you about whatever, or, whatever. So we get to taking the trips down memory lane. Y'all know when you go taking them trips down memory lane, It always turned left. So we get into the conversation pertaining to what we had went through when we were together. You know, he's so apologetic, and like we're really having a conversation about it now. Like we really talking about it for like the first time ever. You know, so it just became a thing. Like, you know, at first for me, I didn't have any intention on developing any romantic feelings for him. For me, like I stated, it was just at this point a friendship where, you know, I'm sharing what I'm dealing with or dealt with, you sharing the same with me. That was it. So feelings start to develop. You know, he started having this planning our future conversations and all of this, and I'm just falling for it, and I'm just, oh, okay. So when I found, and this went on for, I want to say like 2 years and some change, and I got to a point where I was like, wait a minute, you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you may be unhappy. Yes, you're not being treated the way you feel that you deserve to be treated. And I'm not going to say the way he feels, but the way you deserve to be treated. Why are you still there? So for me, it was just giving benefit. Because if you stand in a toxic situation or unhealthy situation or unhappy, and you still there, you benefit in some way, somehow. So I knew what the benefit was. So I was like, okay, I get it now. Of course, you know, he did the whole having an attitude because I wanted to leave, and I kind of wanted to, you know, just be done with it because I accepted the fact, and like I told him, I could have accepted the fact that you wasn't going anywhere. We could have just been friends. Like, it didn't have to turn out the way it turned out. But I feel like you wanted to have your cake and eat it too. Where you felt like she was lacking, you knew me well enough to know that she gonna fill them shoes. You know, like, okay, she not doing this, but I know Kiana will. And you also knew that mine was coming from a more genuine place. Hers was just because of what she was doing for her type stuff. So you was aware, and you was clever with your plan, and you knew what you was doing. And it was tough. It was tough walking away, but I knew I had to. Because despite how tough it was for my greater good. I'm nobody's second option, second choice, none of that. So like I said, once I realized that, okay, he ain't going nowhere, he clearly comfortable in his situation, I'ma let him have it. You know, I'ma move on. And again, it was difficult due to the fact that we seen eye to eye on like relationships and, you know, a lot of stuff, business. Like, we really had like a real friendship. At least that's what I felt. I don't know about him, but that's what I felt, that we had a real genuine friendship. So yeah, like I said, it went on for 2 years and change. I had to walk away. It was just becoming too much. It was draining, and I couldn't deal with it. What I would say I learned from that situation was, number one, don't date nobody that's attached. Yo, stop. If you in a situation right now where you dating a married man, married woman, a girl, a woman that's in a relationship, a man that's in a relationship, let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the drama. It's not worth the back and forth. And I just felt like I'm arguing with a man that's not even my man. Like, what we doing? So y'all just let that go. Leave that situation alone. If that man ain't leaving his wife, no matter how much he complain, he ain't going nowhere, leave that man alone. Because you won't just hurt yourself. And that's what I learned. I learned to just not date nobody that's attached. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, and what I would encourage you to do is, like I said, if you're in a situation, leave. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's too much drama that comes with that. It's just not worth it. That's all. Like that's my encouragement for it. It's not worth it. So if you in it, leave. Do yourself a favor and leave. Because of course, the man or the woman that's in the situation, they benefit, you not. Because if things hit the fan between y'all, they going back to their wife, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, or their husband. So it's not no loss for them. So get out of it. Find you your own person and be happy. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. Again, as I always encourage you to do, drop anything in the comment section if you can relate to it, if you're going through it, any advice that you feel you may need. If you don't want to drop it in the comment section, you can feel free to message me personally. You can email me, whatever it is that you feel comfortable with doing, please do so. But I would love for y'all to get in the comment and let me know, even if you want to be anonymous and you don't want to, share your story, talk in third person. But, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. But again, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video and stay tuned for episode 2. Peace.